Good to have Walter Washington down from the State of Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, Program Coordinator, filling in for Deshaun Scarborough, the Executive Director, and the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. We've told you about that nonprofit agency guided by the mission of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a philosophy of love, tolerance, and nonviolence. And they go to different areas of the state, and I think that's good because it gives people all areas of the state who might not, somebody in West Memphis might not travel to Hope or Hope to West Memphis, or some not even make it into Little Rock. And this release says a lot that you're implementing programs that are designed, as we mentioned earlier, to encourage youth. And they are not the future, they are the future, they're the present. They are leaders to engage in positive leadership development within their communities. Now, what's going to happen in Hope and when?
Well, October 21st, that Friday of this month,
okay,
we are going to hold our Nonviolence Youth Summit Part 5 with our guest keynote speaker, Professor Joe Martin out of Florida. He's very engaging, and he's going to be talking to the youth during the keynote luncheon.
Okay.
Outside of that, we will have a special guest from a former Razorback and two-time Super Bowl champion, Cedric Cobb.
I think we know his name.
I think so.
Yeah.
He'll be happy to be there to talk with us.
I'm trying to get out there. I'd like to meet him, yeah.
Definitely wonderful guest. But nevertheless, what it is that throughout that whole day, we bring all the students together and all the youth and the adults and chaperones and supporters and everyone. They'll come that day and they'll sign in and register around 7:30 to 8:30. And following that, we'll have a meet and greet, and then our opening session, which will have the wonderful Mayor Dennis Ramsey and others to be there on site. He'll be delivering a proclamation alongside with Mr. Scarborough and Mr. Stephen Jones, who is the Deputy Director of DHS.
Okay.
They'll be on site that day at the school, which is University of Arkansas Community College,
right
there at the main auditorium.
You'll be in the Johnny Rayford. He was a former chancellor there, passed away too early, and he was a great man and did a great job out there. And so you'll be in the Johnny Rayford Library Complex.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
And it's a beautiful, have you seen it? Have you been out there?
It's a wonderful facility. It's very wonderful for the size that we're reaching for right now. We have confirmed up to almost 400 to 500 guests, youth, participants, vendors.
How did you get the word out to get these confirmed to the kids? How did y'all do that?
Well, what it is through our partnerships in the community and our partners in education.
Okay.
Mr. Scarborough has solidified over the years since he's been in this administration. We definitely reach out to him on an ongoing basis, and we just keep our relationships in touch and reach out to him and say, hey, we have an event coming up. We would love for youth to be there. And they send youth, and especially since this is not a field trip, as a lot of students may think it is. It's more of an academic day. It's a day of learning, because with our breakout sessions with the Department of Workforce Services, breakout sessions from the Department of Human Services, and also the Attorney General's office will be having a cyberbullying presentation.
That's a real problem now.
Exactly. So
in person, but now even worse on online.
Unfortunately, that is the case, and that's why Mr. Scarborough has taken the leadership in his administration during his time with the assistance of DHS to address these situations and these unfortunate issues.
And it says Part 5, so this is the 5th one?
Correct, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. Our first one was in West Memphis. That was January of 2010. Then May of 2010, we held the second one in Pine Bluff. October of 2010 was in Fayetteville. May of this year was in Little Rock at the state capitol. And our 5th one is, of course, here in Hope. And we're planning to have our 6th one in February of next year in Harrison, Arkansas.
Okay, to get to the northwest corner of the state.
Exactly. Definitely. We like to go from corner to corner and back into Central and hit every corner of the state and touch all the lives of Arkansans.
We're going to take a break, and he's going to give us a breakdown of all the activities. We'll be right back.